This is the Inquisitive Minds Podcast.
Hey, thank you for tuning in the Inquisitive Minds Podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Johnny Smith. Hey guys, real quick up front, sorry about not having an episode last week. I had 3 cancellations, and I honestly just felt like that was God telling me to fall back for a week. Other than that, the trip to Chicago and Dayton went well. Everything else is going good. So we are back today with an episode, and joined with me again is Brittany Alexis. Brittany,
Hello.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
If you guys are unaware, if you haven't listened to the episodes before, she's been on here about 4 or 5 times with our Mysterious People series. We're going to do things a little bit differently today. If you don't know, she's also a stand-up comedian and a defense attorney.
Mm-hmm.
So, stab somebody, you call her, I guess.
Yeah.
Brittany, we're going to be talking about a new topic today, a new little mini-series within Inquisitive Minds called Fairly Innocuous. And this is the test episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to run us through what that is?
Okay, so basically, it did start on TikTok, but I was thinking about how a lot of beliefs we have are entrenched, and we don't actually know where they come from, and there's so many things that you don't realize, like so many of your thoughts and your feelings about things and products and just things in general are bought and sold. Like it's consumerism.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I was thinking about is like diamond, or there's so many things, right? Like orange juice, like the fact that we drink orange juice every morning for breakfast, that is an idea that was constructed. That was not like something that just naturally happened. They had too many oranges and they were like, what are we gonna do?
Okay.
And then they were like, yeah, orange juice for breakfast. Every not numbskull drinks this. like that's what they did.
So we're talking about the hidden origins and behind the scene things of just common everyday things.
Yeah, and how much marketing goes into convincing people of a lifestyle and a belief system that doesn't actually exist. And you can attribute meaning, because the thing is, like, you might have like a ritual surrounding drinking orange juice, or a lot of things that you've attributed has symbolism now. It's important to you, but at the same time, like, that importance is something you made up, or we as a society made in a way that's different, I think, than things that we would separate as tradition.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it may be considered tradition to have your orange juice every morning, but it's a habit that you choose. You know, not everybody does. I don't drink orange juice much, but I remember as a kid I wanted no pulp. As an adult, I can't get enough pulp.
Nice.
It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But today we're going to be talking about diamonds.
Yes.
Okay, so what got you interested into the whole digging into diamonds, first off?
Well, so specifically, it's diamond engagement rings. And the reason why is because, like, I know that we have engagement rings and diamond engagement rings in particular. And I think that a lot of people have a very strong sense of connection to, like, oh, it has to be, like, you know, a diamond ring. It has to be like this or that.
Well, what's the status quo or the traditional 3-month salary?
3-month salary.
Which is ridiculous.
It's a lot. Look, you can do all that. I gotta pay rent. I ain't got.
But
money
before
like that,
I
but-
proposed to my wife,
Yeah.
I quit my job for 90 days.
Yeah.
So I could give her a bottom of the basement ring.
Nice.
And she was like, "I'll take it."
Nice. I get it. I was engaged before. It was a diamond ring. It was a total weight diamond. It was from Walmart, which I didn't care about. I was like 19. I was like, this is so cool. And it was a cool ring. But I mean, again, even when you don't have a ton of money, a lot of people still will put the money into buying a diamond engagement ring because there's a significance culturally. And I just thought it was interesting to see where that cultural significance came from. Like, is it from ancient times?
Okay, so let's just start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Where diamonds? When did they start coming? This thing you gotta have.
So, honestly, in the 1930s through the 1980s. So, like, honestly, the actual advertising campaign for diamond engagement rings started in 1938, and I think they did their last exit survey in like 1978. It was like around 1980.
Do you know what company it was that started that?
So the company that had the diamonds, that hired the advertising campaign, they were called the De Beers Diamond Company. Oh my goodness. They were called the De Beers Diamond Mining Company. They started in 1888. by this guy named Cecil John Rhodes. But the advertising company that they hired was N.W. Ayers. And when they hired them in 1938, they actually started doing research. And they were seeing that diamond prices since 1919 have been declining. They have been falling. People weren't really buying diamonds. You have to think about it. It's the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So people didn't have money for luxuries. And big part of the way they marketed it was a luxury item that the common man could afford. And so that's when the whole thing kind of started.
So before then, what were diamonds used for, like in the 1920s, 1910s?
I think they had always been used for like just jewelry, and diamond engagement rings, but it was less than, I want to say,
their value was
their value and the significance, because a lot of people would buy them as like engagement.
When did we start mining diamonds? Do you know that?
So they've been mining diamonds since, I want to say, the 4th century, for a while, but they thought that the only diamond mines were in India from the stuff that I could read. However, they started mining diamonds in southern Africa in the 1870s.
Okay.
When this kid found, I think it was like a 15-year-old kid, Erasmus Jacobs.
Erasmus Jacobs. That is a hell of a name.
That's a name. Really is something you remember.
Erasmus.
Very official.
Yeah.
Has some kind of wrath in him. He's got
aggressive.
power.
I'm Erasmus.
He's nice though. That's the thing. He's nice with it, but you don't play with Erasmus.
Starbucks shop. Erasmus. Yeah.
You say it correctly.
So this kid finds a diamond.
He finds a diamond, and then they find this thing called the Big Hole, in Colesberg, Koch. It's spelled Kopje, and they discover this diamond mine there in 1871.
Okay.
And then in 1878, Cecil John Rhodes, yes.
Cecil John Rhodes?
Cecil John Rhodes. I believe that's correct.
I was in
Don't fact check me.
I was in juvenile placement.
Yeah.
And one of the counselors, aka corrections officers, used to call me Cecil all the time. And one day I finally asked him, I said, "Is that because of the turtle?" Because I knew about the turtle cartoon Cecil.
Yeah.
He said, "No, because of Cecil Fielder."
Who is what?
Prince Fielder's father, a baseball player.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
okay.
I would have had no idea. I was like, what the hell is a Cecil?
Cecil Fielder.
I'm sorry, that's off topic.
No, you're fine.
Just
but
my
Cecil,
story of life.
Well, you remember that lion, Cecil? I'm pretty sure it was a dentist that killed him for no reason.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was like trophy hunting, and it wasn't necessary. I will say that was unnecessary. I'm not saying I'm totally anti-hunting, but I don't like trophy hunting, and I don't like that he killed that particular town. They use that. Okay, sounds true. But the lion was a source of income for the town. People would come to see Cecil.
Yes.
And he killed her.
That's unfortunate.
It was very unfortunate.
I have to say, I'm very pro hunting for, if you want to eat it and whatnot. I'm anti-trophy hunting.
Same.
But, and if I'm being honest, I hope this isn't the case.
Yeah.
But if I had gross amounts of money,
that's what it was.
I would probably end up trophy hunting. But
No.
I don't think if I had Jeff Bezos money,
Yeah.
I'm going to have an elephant head in my office.
Why?
Why not? I'm
Why?
going to have a human head in my office.
Why not have a zoo? You could just have the animals in their own reservations over there. Make sure that they're around so your grandchildren can see them. Why you got to have the head on the wall? What's that doing for your little grandkid?
Brittany is berating me for being a billionaire right now. I'm sorry, guys.
Yes, I am. I will, because you don't need to do that. That's unnecessary.
Well, I highly doubt that's ever going to happen.
But if it does, Johnny, just consider your grandkids.
If I become a billionaire, I'll consider not being a crazy trophy hunter.
Please do.
Okay.
Because that's who be doing it. It's them rich people. They go literally the trophy hunting. The reason why they let him kill Cecil was because, which is my other thing. You're gonna pay all this money to kill this prized animal. But you have to have bumpers on, bro. If you're gonna go do it, go fight Cecil a man.
Is it okay if I trophy hunt if it's only with a buck knife? If I go out there in the field and it's me or the lion.
I'm still against it, but if you win, I'm gonna be all right.
If I win, I earned it.
I'm not gonna say you earned it, but
what do you mean I didn't earn it against a tiger?
See,
and all I got is a big knife.
You should do it, but if you win, I'm not.
You're not gonna berate me.
No, I'm not gonna berate. I'm gonna be I don't know why you would do that.
But I can't trophy hunt koalas like that, right?
No.
Okay. They just get hands.
I'll
beat the shit
be
out of a
careful
koala.
because they have STDs.
Yeah, I heard they got syphilis.
Yeah,
and
you don't
shit.
want to get syphilis.
I'm not gonna fuck them.
You don't have to. They be it seems like they just have it. I don't know, But it's just, the way it seems is that they just have syphilis.
No, honey, I wasn't cheating. I must have got pregnant off a toilet seat.
It was that koala, man.
Diamonds! We're talking about diamonds today,
Not
folks.
koala STDs.
Okay.
Last time it was whales, but...
So they found the big hole.
They found the big hole.
Great segue from STDs, by the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're related.
I found a big hole one time. It was very disappointing. My whole hand slipped in. Oh, terrible.
As long as it's not a koala hand.
It was not. It was a hand. Ugh. God. Brittany. Okay.
Let's go
Here we
back
go
to the
off on a
diamonds.
tangent again. Just real heads up for the ladies out there. If anything's ever happening and my hand can accidentally slip in your vagina, immediately turned off.
Okay, see, that is
I
a
want no
personal
parts.
problem.
I want no
That's
parts.
a personal problem.
I just,
It's a personal
if
problem.
we're walking around with gloves, you
That's
got to be upfront with it.
That's you. That's you, Johnny. Look, I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Brittany's into fisting. Okay.
No, I never said that.
I get it.
Never said
I'm not
that.
kink shaming anybody. Hey,
No one said
back to
that.
diamonds.
No one said that. Like, never mind. Going back to the diamonds and Colesburg Cobbed. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them now.
To the people.
To the people, because you are done. What's it called? No. But this guy, Cecil, found the diamonds. Or no, he didn't. He founded the De Beers Diamond Mining Company. And like I said, diamond prices were decreasing.
And De Beers, that's still a company.
Yeah,
A
it's still a
diamond
company.
company?
I believe they're still active. NW Ayers is not.
And they started in mining, you say.
They started mining, but they were like, mining, supplying the diamonds.
Okay.
At the same time, like, people weren't using diamonds in the same way that they were. I think it was less than like 15%, maybe even less than 10% of engagement rings had diamonds in them in 1919, and when they started conducting these tests and running these studies in 1938. And again, we're not even just gotten over the Great Depression. We're still very much in the Great Depression and amping up for the Second World War, and kind of still off of the First World War. So.
Yeah.
People didn't
What
have-
was the First World War in 1919 or
I would say
something?
it was
like
1918.
1918.
But
Even still,
it was either 1918 or 19.
it was a devastating war.
Yeah,
Took years to recover.
it did,
And the Great
and then
Depression
you have
hits,
the Great Depression,
which doesn't help
the stock
anybody.
market crash, all of that stuff. So like a lot of people were struggling, which is like another thing. Like they were trying to sell diamonds in a time where it was going to be difficult to sell people on luxury items. However, I do think that part of what they were doing. So it's weird because like they actually went a psychological route with it.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy. Like when you learn about how much work was going into selling diamonds, like this is just like scratching the surface of it. It's actually insane. It kind of freaks me out.
You want to elaborate a little more?
Yeah,
on
so they did the studies to see, kind of where people were at, and I think they, funded the research themselves because they were like, all right, we can bang this out for you. Goodness gracious. Everything you know about diamonds today, everything you think about diamond engagement rings was bought and paid for probably by De Beers.
Okay, so what do we think about diamonds that they put in our heads?
One thing that you think is the 2-3 month salary. That was an advertisement from De Beers.
See, I don't think that, but that's the standard,
I don't
and that's
think
absurd.
That either. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people think that's absurd, but it became such a part of the American lexicon in particular that I think people think it's reason. Because I remember this guy asked me if like 10K was good. I'm like, bro, what?
And this is at a time though when 3 months salary, like the difference between the wealth gap wasn't as crazy high.
Well, the other thing
You know
is,
what I mean?
I think
More people had expendable money.
yeah.
And it's not like saying now. I spoke to a guy in the car, and he bought a diamond ring for his fiance. He had to save up for $40,000.
Oh my, that's not worth it.
And I was just like,
it might be worth it.
What? I don't want to marry someone that's only happy about a material thing, because it's like I don't think that's a good basis for a relationship.
So the thing is, I
was using this as a paperweight because I seen
I'm
your.
sorry. I thought you were offering.
I was
me.
not offering. I
was like,
love that.
I was like, okay, that's cool. No, I didn't. No, but the thing is, here's the thing. Like, knowing all I know at this moment, I still want a diamond engagement ring, and I'm still be like, okay, or maybe an engagement ring of some sort. But I don't think it's not a materialistic. I would like a ring that somebody knows that I would like. If that makes sense. So if you found a ring that I would like, it's just the thought. It's the thought that goes into it. Because like I said, I was engaged when I was younger. That ring had to be like $100 maybe.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I told it because I was like, yeah, I'll marry you. But that wasn't the reason why I said yeah. But and there are other things, right? Obviously. It didn't work out.
It is not time to go back and hash out why things didn't work out.
Let's not do that. But let's not do that. But like I remember coming across this post on Facebook. It was like I think I want to say it was K Jewelers selling a $79 engagement ring, and people were like, "Oh, if he's only," and like the thing is like part of me, I understand both sides of the equation, right? Like if you buy me a diamond ring for $79 because you think I will like it, I will love it. It's perfect. Like it doesn't even have to be that. If you buy me a ring for $79 to test me or to see if I'm worthy of marrying you, I will hate it. Because why did you need to test me? Because like the thing is, if you're with me, I feel like I don't
quite understand that. Like,
so the reason why, if you buy me a ring because you think I'll like it,
here,
even
Brittany
if
will
it's
like
$5,
this. Boom.
Yeah, if you go to Cracker Jack,
what do
and buy
you
me a
mean
ring,
they're testing you though? Like that's what I don't understand.
And this is like, I think some men are like, oh, I want to see if she only wants me for my money. I'm like, bro, if you're like proposing to me and you don't know if I'm with you for your money, which you might not even have, I'm not the one for you because you clearly don't know anything about me. You like picked something about me that you liked and you were proposing to me.
Okay.
For that reason.
We're learning a lot about Brittany on this episode.
I just don't like when people play psychological games. Like if you like, I'm very upfront and I'm open with who I am. So like that's the thing. Look, so I can see the differences. If you're buying me a $79 engagement ring because it's the only thing you can afford, I don't think that's a negative thing. But I think it also depends. Like, am I making money as well? Because like that way when we join incomes. But that again, it has nothing to do with the ring. And I also don't really care that much because I am employed. So
what's your email address, Brittany?
Why?
Just for those guys out there to start sending their resumes in.
I don't need
resumes. It sounds like we're going through some stuff right here.
No, I have a boyfriend. Like, it's not that. No, it's just because I remember the way that I remember reading all the arguments about the $79 ring. And, like, there's this idea you need to spend a lot of money. Mm-hmm. This is a little off topic. But the problem is you have, like, 3 categories. You have people who buy that ring because they know their significant other will like that ring. Mm-hmm. You have people who buy that ring to shame, I guess, to shame the person or to humble them a bit. And it's just like, if you feel like you need to
What do you mean, like, here, you're only worth $80?
Yes. I've heard people say almost exactly that word, like, well, you're only worth the $80 ring. Well, then, and that's where the problem comes in, because it's like, you're really judging my worth by a dollar amount. Okay. I don't have to be worth anything, because you could have got me a 25-cent ring, you could have got me a ring pop, and I'm dead serious, like, I would like a ring pop. If it was like unlimited ring pops, so I always had one, I'm dead serious. I would love that.
It's a good time to pay some bills.
Salutation Shades, and welcome back to your one-stop shop for all things strange and unusual, Talking with Shadows, the conversation everyone has, but no one wants to admit to. Here with your host, Vic Whaley.
And Marcus D. Now come along with us as we explore the most obscure things our universe has to offer. We specialize in helping people make sense of the most bizarre phenomenon you'll ever come across. You'll get all the great topics such as UFOs, cryptids, and psychic phenomenon, but also some stories that are so spectacular, they scare people to believe that they're true. Now take a seat, and welcome to the One Candle Society. But always remember, keep believing.
'Cause we'll keep listening.
And we're back.
Oh, okay. What?
Brittany apparently doesn't know what a sponsor is, so when I tried to put a commercial break in there, her brain broke.
I was like, well, what are you talking about?
What I'll do with this episode, that the people listening have already heard,
yes,
is that when I say time to pay some bills, a commercial will come on,
okay,
and then I'll say we're back.
See, I understand now, Johnny.
Okay.
You just said it out, and he's like, this is a good time to pay some bills. In the middle, like a response.
It seemed like a good time to put the ad up.
Okay, well, you could have said that.
Oh, my Lord. Well, obviously, guys, I try and be transparent. You're always going to get the good stuff behind the curtain. We're running with this.
What's it called?
We're talking about diamonds.
We're talking about diamonds.
We're trying to talk about diamonds. Mm-hmm. Brittany's going through some things.
All I'm saying is don't buy a diamond ring to try to... Well, no, I don't think most people are going to do that.
Okay, she has a boyfriend. She's talking to you specifically, bud, because you're the only one. You're the only one in line to buy a damn ring.
He
okay?
wouldn't do that, though.
No. Hey, buddy, look. If you think she'll like the ring,
Yeah.
Get the ring.
Yeah.
If you think she's only with you because your money, you don't know nothing. And furthermore, don't put a dollar amount on her worth.
Yeah, because if you spend $5 on the ring, that's fine if you thought I would like it. But if you spend $5 because you were like, you're only worth $5, why are you playing them little games?
All right. Now that we have that, I'm talking to that one fella. Now that we have that finally established, we're going to move on. Message
Yes.
sent.
That's that's the whole thing, because it's just like, that's the reason that we're having this conversation is because of this marketing. Like, that's the thing. The reason why people feel so strongly one way or another is because of the market. The reason I feel so strongly is because of the marketing. And I think that's the thing that it all comes back to. Because, like, the idea, a diamond is forever. Is a diamond forever? Probably not.
I don't know what happened. Maybe it was because I grew up so dirt poor
Yeah.
that my material possessions, like, I enjoy nice things like everybody.
Yeah.
You know, I want a nice phone or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't care to be like, have jewelry or
Yeah.
diamonds or any, like, all those, they come and go.
And that's how it should be, to some extent, in my opinion. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying nice things. I enjoy nice things from time to time.
My wedding ring was made out of like titanium or something.
A lot of guys like that.
Yeah, and it was like $20.
Yeah.
And you know what? I lost a bunch of weight. You know what I did? I bought the same one again, just a smaller size because it was so
Nice.
damn cheap.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
You know, it worked, served its purpose. I don't understand why. Because I went and I was like, hey, how much is a gold ring for
Yeah.
this size? But dude was like, oh, a couple $1,000. And I was like, well, that's outrageous because I love my wife to death. But I'm not buying that goddamn ring for myself.
Yeah.
And now it's down in Texas with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
To promise her at some point that I'd come back.
That's cute.
I know, that was sweet,
See, but
right?
like, that's nice. Like, that's the kind of sentimental value that I have for things as well.
I left my prison ID with her husband.
Yeah.
He's a cop.
Okay.
And I told him, look, not everybody you arrest is a bad person.
See, that I like that.
Boom. Sentimental as fuck out here.
Yeah. But that kind of stuff is cool. And the thing is, you get so far beyond that kind of sentimental value with the marketing. Like, this was a psychological
Yeah.
campaign.
Well,
That's the freaky
I
part.
hate to be this guy. Hey, sheeple.
But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. How do you realize that this isn't organic? Like, here, let's talk about how insidious almost
Okay.
this marketing was. It wasn't just De Beers making an advertisement in a glossy magazine. They were doing that for sure. They went after the Hollywood industry. They went after Hollywood, after the movie
So they
industry.
paid
They paid.
the Hollywood.
Almost
But
everything.
that's a tactic. That's a propaganda tactic. That's
But it's, you don't even, okay, think Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend
Yeah.
from the Marilyn Monroe. There's a Marilyn Monroe version, and then there is a Carol Channing version. The Carol Channing version is
the
first.
comedian.
Yes. Look it up. It's amazing.
Diamonds are a girl's best
But
friend.
it's like more campy than that. It's really funny. And the thing about it is, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie actually, but I've just watched both of the versions. Carol Channing's is really campy. It's like in a bar somewhere. She's like feeling up on the guys, robbing them. Like, just, it's like really funny.
That's how I am at an open mic, just feeling up the guys.
Just filling up the guy. You know how it is. But she's doing that, and it's like a huge, like, it's a joke. It's all satirical, and she's not, I don't think she's supposed to be the same heiress type person that Marilyn Monroe is when she's singing it. And what's really...
She was being weird Carol.
Yeah, but she was being like a lot more...
It was funny.
It was funny, but it's also like she definitely wasn't on the same pedestal that Marilyn Monroe was.
Okay.
Because Marilyn Monroe, the difference, like even in imagery, Carol Channing is approaching all of the men one at a time going by. Marilyn Monroe, the men are approaching her. They're coming and they're offering her these diamonds. They're doing all of these things. She's dressed very glamorously. It's like a whole
They're
musical
trying to
number.
prostitute her with diamonds.
But it's not even the process. No, they're not. They're trying to court her. And like I would say the difference in
so it's classy.
It's very the way that they're doing it with Marilyn Monroe, like the different because they paid for this.
Yes.
De Beers paid for
Well,
this.
beauty standards, back in those days, a lot of, especially with women,
Yeah.
your value was determined by your beauty.
But it's not even because you can make anyone look as classy as Marilyn Monroe did. It doesn't even have to be beauty. It just has it's class. And the way Carol Channing plays it, it's supposed to be funny. But the way Marilyn Monroe plays it, it's paid for by De Beers because there's another distinct difference between the Carol Channing version and the Marilyn Monroe version, and that is, when Marilyn Monroe's listing off all the names of like Cartier, like all that was not in the original one.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it was paid for. That was like literally a paid movie-long
I
advertisement.
threw all my wokeness at you, Brittany.
I know.
And you just batted it all away. You were like,
What?
no.
No, because that's not.
You were like, get the fuck out of here, jump.
But
She
like,
cussed at me this episode.
oh my goodness, no. What I'm saying is that's not what they were going. It wasn't just like a
They were trying to make
natural. But the fact that we think that it
okay.
was natural, like, oh, well, it was Marilyn Monroe and this comedian Carol Channing. No. That was, like, totally orchestrated. That was the freaky thing. But, like, also, like, you know how magazines nowadays, they'll be like, oh, let's look at The Rock. Look at what Ariana Grande got. Look at Kim Kardashian's engagement ring. That was all paid for by De Beers, too.
So when celebrities would get engaged,
Yes,
would
that
they
was
give them
artificial.
a diamond ring and be like, here?
No. So what
Oh,
would
they
happen?
would plan the engagements.
I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it. But what they did was they were sending out 125 Hollywood reports every day. And I have it right here. They were sending out 125.
Is that like to 125 publications?
Yes, they were sending it to
Okay,
125
so like syndicated newspapers and such.
Yes. So here, I'm going to read from Have You Ever Sold a Diamond? It's from The Atlantic. And this part is insane, right? The agency had organized in 1946 a weekly service called Hollywood Personalities, which provided 125 leading newspapers with descriptions of the diamonds worn by movie stars. And then in the April 1959 Motion Picture magazine, they had like a whole column where they would ask different celebrities, like, how did you get your diamond? And then literally that whole gossip magazine column of diamond engagement rings was something that was basically paid for by De Beers, which is like crazy because it sounds really organic.
Yeah, it
but
does.
It's not. And then they not only did that, they had this woman going on the road who was like basically Tupperwaring diamond rings and talking about the importance of diamond rings. It got to the point where one of the studies done by N.W. Ayers showed that people would rather defer buying a diamond ring than forego it entirely. So they'd rather save up to pay for a diamond ring than just not get a diamond ring and just get married.
That's wild.
That's really crazy.
You know, because like, again, this is my funky perspective, but I always felt like if you're in love and that's your person and you want to get married, like, you don't got to be fancy.
I agree.
Like
that's me. I get that.
My brother, both of them recently got married. Well, one's a little over a year now. I don't know how long. Recently could be 3 years, whatever. But they both got married at like the courthouse.
Oh yeah.
And it was fun. Like, it was great.
The wedding industry is expensive.
You know, me and my wife, we lucked out. We got married in a church down the street from our house. And it was her sister, brother, niece and nephew, my mom, my aunt, my buddy, and my sister, and the pastor. And we paid $50. Okay. And like, couldn't be happier. Yeah. Because, you know, that was the only two things I wanted: church and get married. Yeah. I didn't give a shit. Yeah. And it was great. But like I hear people talk about their weddings. Like, not to get too far off diamonds.
No, I know what you mean.
But weddings are astronomical. People go into debt over weddings.
I was seeing this thing because I was looking it up, and it was like you can't even really do it for $10K. And I'm like, what? A party? It's just I'm not saying this in a way to just like, if this is something you dream about and you're excited, definitely do it. Like, if I had the money, if I was like a millionaire or something, yeah, I would definitely do it. I wouldn't say go into debt for it. That's bad. It's not an investment.
It's not a good investment.
But it's not an investment because it's literally just a party. Like, that's all. Like, if you're going into debt for it. And again, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do or make anyone feel bad for any decision that they do make.
Fella, I'm talking to you again. Cheap wedding is cool. Cheap wedding is cool.
That's the thing. I don't require a lot. I just thought out thoughtful things. Okay. But I think a lot of people are like that, and most of them just don't say anything about it because we don't have to. But
I mean, people like to brag about stuff.
Well, the thing is, I think the people who dominate the conversation are the people who are gonna tell you I paid $100,000 for my wedding, and it's okay,
that's wild.
That's cool. I don't have a problem with that. But
what are you doing at this wedding that it costs so much?
I've been to some really nice weddings. I'm not gonna lie, I get it. Like, if I had that kind of, I do get it. Like, I've seen some stuff. I'm like, okay, all right, I feel it. If you want to be a princess for a day, like, if you have to pick a day, like, yeah, I want to be a princess. I want to be a prince for a day. Yeah, let's do it. I get it, but I mean, again, it's about the debt. Don't go into debt. Don't go into debt for this, is what I would say.
I went to Marcus Cox's wedding.
Yeah.
It's coming up on a year ago now.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary to them.
Yeah.
I doubt either one of them listen.
And then they listen and are like, Johnny.
They're like, yo, why are you throwing shade?
Yeah, I heard you. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. but it was beautiful. Like it wasn't like out of this world crazy.
Yeah.
But it was goddamn beautiful.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I know. I saw the picture. It looked gorgeous.
Cried my little eyes out.
Yeah.
I sat there like a little fat baby.
Yeah.
We had masks on.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Another thing I think is, like, I feel like the wedding industry knows that they can upcharge because, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I were to get married, I'd be like, okay, look, it's a birthday party, but I want everything in white, okay, and then get like a reasonable rate. Like, yeah, actually, it's a wedding. It's the birth of our marriage.
Wow.
No, because I have looked at the prices and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I ain't gonna lie, I would pay for a nice wedding. Some of them dresses are very beautiful, but you can get them cheap. You can get them really cheap too. You can get like, I've seen wedding dresses that I thought were absolutely gorgeous that were like $5,000, but some that were like $900 and cheaper than that. And it's like everything you could want, in my opinion. Everything I could want in a dress.
What does someone want in a wedding dress?
I think it just depends on your style.
As a man, I don't know anything about it. So what is something that, like, well, you said it has everything you want. What do you want in a wedding dress?
I want, I definitely want it to be white. But I would like it to not, see, this is the thing. I want different looks. Like, I want to have, like, my bridal week looks, and then I want to have, like, my wedding dress, and then I want to have, like, my after party, or the reception dress, and, like, I want to come out and be like, yeah, y'all thought it was over, but it was not. And I was thinking for the bridal week, I want, like, fresh, dainty little dresses or something like that. Just get those anywhere. For the wedding dress, I've seen some gorgeous ones that have, like, feathers on them. I want a bodice, I think, but I do want, like, it to be poofy. And I think I want a detachable train. Because the thing about that is you can get 2 looks for 1. So if you have, like, a detachable train, like, you can go and you have, like, this slender bodice on later for the evening. So it's like you went from the daytime princess to, like, the evening married woman. And I'm like, okay, I'm about that. But also, I wouldn't have a problem with, like, a one-piece. Why are you staring at me like this? A one-piece, like, suit, a pantsuit kind of, for the party.
People come to Inquisitive Minds for the diversity. I know what I look like, but I will talk about wedding dresses for 10 minutes. Yes, it was a shock to me. It felt like a lifetime.
I know.
Oh, my word.
It was not 10 minutes.
Absolutely. I did not know Brittany was a bridezilla. And she's going to say she's not.
I'm
She's
not.
going to say she's not. She just described a week of looks.
And me.
And then
Nobody else has to be in my week of looks. I just want to, I can't look good all week. I have to not look good all week. But also, I'd go to Ross for most of the stuff. Or TJ Maxx. You know I'm a Maxxinista. I'd be up in there. I'd be up in the store.
I did not know Maxxinista was a thing.
It is. TJ Maxxinista.
We're learning here, folks.
Yes, ma'am.
We're growing. Diamonds.
Yeah.
Give me some more of the crazy subverted advertising.
Let's see. So they actually did study psychology in order. Basically, they were trying to sell people on this idea of a diamond ring as, like, a symbol of eternal love, which is something that you would associate with diamonds nowadays. Think about that. Like, okay, first of all, this is a side note, but K Jewelers, when I was young, I thought, when they said every kiss begins with K, I thought they were talking about K Jewelers. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It does not begin with K, like K-A-Y. And then I was like, oh, it does start with the letter K, though. Moving on. But K Jewelers did have, like, they have their forever diamond range. But, like, the term, a diamond is forever, was coined by N.W. Ayers, I believe, in 1947 for De Beers.
And you know what? 47 was a good time. We were prospering.
We were. And that's the thing. People had expendable income at that point. They wanted to get luxury. And again, this was marketed as a luxury item for the middle class, for the working people.
You were living good.
Yeah.
Working at the factory.
Get your diamond, go marry your wife.
2 cars. Mrs. cooking dinner.
I think
newfangled TV dinner things are coming out.
Yeah.
By the radio.
What's interesting about that statement, too, is one of the ways that they marketed the diamonds in these, like, Tupperware-type meetings that they were having across the nation is it was an investment. Don't you want to wife? Like, they say, like, it's an investment. Think about what else can you buy that can get you somebody who could clean, stay with you, and love you forever. That's how they marketed it.
And love you forever.
And it's like, oh,
that's why secretaries were big back then, because, like, they're like, I got her a diamond ring. She's not leaving me.
Well, the thing is, it fell into a lot of the stuff because think about how like a lot of secretaries were unmarried, and that's because there was this idea that when you got married, a lot of men wanted their wives to go home.
Be homemakers.
Be homemakers. I mean, I also think some of it had to do with control and other things you don't want. You don't always want them leaving, but yeah, that's the thing. You think of it as, I mean, that's how society, it was interesting.
Okay.
That
all right.
Other topics. It was interesting.
Well, no. We've already elaborated on everything else.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get into
No, it's just, I mean, so when you're thinking of marriage and the way it was in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, it was like, we're one generation out where women can have their own bank accounts?
I mean, I guess that skipped me and my wife's generation.
Well, I'm saying, or it was the 80s.
Okay.
So I want to say.
What do you mean? So before that, women couldn't, like, I was trying to make light, but they couldn't have their own bank account?
No. I didn't know that.
So what if you're a
this
single
year.
woman, just no bank account?
You need to get married or be with your family or something.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think you could have your own bank, or I think you had to have like a cosign or something. But I remember I looked it up this year because I was like,
That's absurd.
Unbelievable. But yeah, it was basically you couldn't really have your own bank account.
Before then, women just didn't have money.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of women, like, I don't think they could save
Y'all were
money
just
in
broke.
the same way, or like, yeah. Well, it's not even. You had a lot of women in the workforce because of the war, and then they had to go back home because the men were returning from war, and then you had more women in the workforce as time has gone on, just because you need to have more than one income to support a family. You cannot support a family on a lot of single
Thanks, Reagan.
this year.
Thanks, Reagan.
But
blame that shit on Reagan. Deregulation. The middle class died when he was elected.
it was just rough.
And I know you old bastards will say, "Oh no, Jimmy Carter." Fuck Jimmy Carter. He's a sweetheart of a man, even
really
if he's a bit
nice.
incompetent. But fucking Reagan, it caused the downfall of the middle class in this country.
I think Carter is still teaching.
He's
little
still building
kids
little
Bible
houses,
class.
yeah.
No, but I think he teaches the Bible class for little kids.
He's like
on
170
Sundays.
years old.
I want to say he's 97.
He's probably just in there talking about God and
no,
forgets his.
No, he's not, because I saw him speak a couple years ago. He's very good. He's to still like a very good orator.
And just a humble peanut
He
farmer.
just seems so sweet. Like, I think he'd be really good
You
with kids.
you fucking pieces of shit like to go and talk shit on Jimmy Carter. I know this is a weird hill to die on. I know
Where are
that.
we going, Johnny?
No, they like to talk shit on Jimmy Carter, but then they suck Trump's dick. But all his conflict of interest businesses, he didn't give a shit about. Jimmy Carter, that poor man, gave up his peanut farm in order so there's no conflict of interest. Get the fuck out of here.
See, I didn't know that.
He's a if nothing, a
He
sweet
was-
man
I would say
at his
he was
core.
probably the nicest person for president that we've ever had.
Don't get me riled up about anti-Jimmy Carter people.
He's nice. Like, the thing is, like, you can criticize his policies or his, him as a president. I don't think that.
Look at the
there's a
shit
lot
show
that
he
you
was
can
dealt.
say.
What was he supposed
I
to
ain't gonna lie,
do?
they was really putting it in from a man.
Yeah, he was dealt nothing
had a-
but a shit show.
And he was so nice. I really like how nice he was. People are like, well, there's like nice guys, blah, 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 blah. No, I like that. I think that's really cool
What do you got?
about him.
Dead president, and then resigned criminal president, and then the media painted the next president as a bumbling fool.
Have you seen
Gerald Ford, who by the way was a collegiate athlete and a fucking model before he was a president. So everybody thought he was a clumsy dope. You're fucking idiots.
Oh my goodness.
You're
going after him because you're right.
I've been bumping up on my presidential stuff. You know, it's been real.
Oh, no,
people
yeah.
piss me off with this shit.
But what's it called? Have you seen Nixon's resignation letter?
I have not seen the actual letter.
I've seen it. I think it's at St. John's University in the law school. It says, "I resign." And I'm like, you didn't have to write that down.
That's all it says.
That's all it says. I resign, period.
Hey man, he was a gangster. I've
I
given
resign,
that. He's
bro.
a piece of shit. He's a horrible piece of
He
shit.
really knew what he was doing the whole
But
time.
he was a thug.
Man, some of these presidents were out there acting a whole
He was
fool.
like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm out. Peace.
I'm trying to think, was it Grover? No, it wasn't Grover Cleveland. There was one of them
He's
that was acting a fool.
he's like, yo, I quit. I'm taking the heli.
Didn't even say that much, though. He just said, I'm leaving. Leaving. You can't fire me because I quit.
That's the reasonable Nixon impression, right? Like, whatever. We were really on a tangent.
so far off.
Oh my God. We were talking something about diamonds, I think,
We're
folks.
talking about
Diamonds.
Well, like the idea of diamond is forever. Diamond, a sign of eternal love. That kind of stuff. Really
By the
pushed
way,
by-
this podcast today is sponsored by Cartier Diamonds. For a girl's best friend, get a Cartier diamond.
Yeah.
Back to you shitting on the sponsor.
No. Well, I don't have a problem with Cartier. The other thing is, I do think that like brand names like Cartier, Tiffany's.
If I ever do get jewelry, I'm
Yeah.
getting cubic zirconia.
I mean, I
Who
get
the
that.
fuck is gonna know?
Well, the other thing is these
And if
people
that
be
little
getting
weird dude,
robbed.
you ever see those videos of dudes like walking around with diamond testers?
Yes.
Oh, is that real? He's gonna be like, let me test shit. I'll be like, no, it's fake, bro.
fake.
And you ain't even got to try.
Legit. But the thing is,
Chad
what's-
Ochocinco, I'm sorry. Chad Ochocinco says every time y'all seen him with jewelry, it was cubic zirconia.
I believe it.
Because he said, why would I waste my money on that? And who the fuck was gonna know? He would go to Claire's and shit.
I don't. But the thing is, because like we were talking earlier about
Shout out
like,
to Ochocinco.
is
Weird.
he sponsoring this too?
He's sponsoring this too, my man. Chad Johnson, Cubic Zirconia King,
Yeah.
sponsoring this episode today.
But the thing is, the thing that people really do need to be concerned about
I'm
is
sorry.
getting robbed.
I'm sorry,
What?
Brittany. I had an argument with some coworkers who said Chad Ochocinco wasn't a top 10 receiver of all time. I just want to go back to that. If you guys are listening, I doubt it. You can suck my dick. Chad Ochocinco, I got your back, baby.
If Chad Ochocinco is listening, he's gonna appreciate that.
Do you have his back as well?
Yeah, sure.
You got to.
He was wearing that suit, right? The green suit with the ruffles.
I can't
No, I'm
recall.
thinking of the wrong person. I think.
Anything Chad Johnson, if he was wearing anything, it was greatness.
No, that's
Shout
not-
out to
that's not what I'm thinking
Ochocinco.
of. That's not what
You're
I'm
probably
thinking
thinking of Terrell Owens.
of. I don't remember.
Also, phenomenal receiver of his time.
I don't remember.
He had a bit of a mouth, but I like a man who can back it up. Very interesting player. Really off topic. Go ahead again,
All
Brittany.
I'm saying is that a lot of those companies, I think, you're buying the name, and you're buying a lot of those companies. You're buying the name, and you're buying exclusivity, and you're buying like people.
You're buying the
recognizing
brand.
That you're just buying the brand.
Yeah.
Because the diamonds at like Tiffany's and Cartier, I don't think that they're any better. I don't think they're the best quality of the diamonds that you can buy. Like they're okay.
I don't understand how people grade diamonds. Like jewelers and such.
I do remember seeing a list about how they grade diamonds recently, and it was saying that basically
Clarity
a lot of the diamonds
cut.
we get is
What is it, the 5 C's or something?
But I think the way that a lot
Clarity,
of people
cut, color.
grade them, like what they tell you, isn't. I'm not gonna say it's not true, but it's something where it's like they're banking on you not understanding the diamond grade.
Oh, they definitely won that one.
And that's the thing.
What am
there's a
I going to go
chart.
home and test it? I don't fucking know.
No.
They could sell me a stone.
Because like I saw this guy who was like a owner of a small diamond or jewelry store, and he was saying that all these places are like overselling, or not overselling, but they're overcharging.
Of course.
And
it's
I mean,
the American
yeah.
way.
But like that's the thing. So it benefited
It's
all these
psychologically, if you
brands.
charge more for something, people think it's better.
Yeah.
They think it's more exclusive.
Even if the quality isn't better.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Supreme. They're also sponsoring today's episode.
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to say this episode is sponsored by some dispensary in Chicago because I like little subtle merch. They gave me this for free. Shout out
Nice.
to them.
Well, I do too, but I mean that's the thing. A lot of the stuff you think about diamonds is totally manufactured. I want to see if there's something else. Oh, but yeah, we talked about the diamonds as a good investment, even though they're actually not a good investment.
They depreciate fast, do they not?
They do. And they aren't forever. Like
What does that mean?
I think that
Do diamonds break?
I want to say that they break down, not necessarily in the way that we would think of. I'm not a chemist, and I'm also not going to sit here and say I'm a diamond expert.
I
but
thought
have
diamonds
seen
were like
others
one of the
say-
hardest things, like one of the hardest materials.
I think they're the sharpest. I don't know if they're actually the hardest though. If I'm incorrect on that, I don't mind being wrong because again, I'm not a diamond expert. But I do think that was even something that
Was
told to us.
propagandized?
Yeah,
Okay. What about diamond cutters?
I don't know about that. I don't know.
All right.
That might be too far afield.
Too far gone.
It's too far out my research.
Now, was there something you were mentioning, a link with the Confederacy?
Oh no, there's no link with the Confederacy. So the way Fairly Innocuous was gonna work is I would talk about a fun topic, which is supposed to be the diamond industry, not the diamond industry, because it's not a fun topic. It's not.
But what had happened was, as we usually do on an
Yes.
episode, me and Brittany did not properly communicate.
No, we did not.
Because she came here
Oh,
with
yeah.
one idea, that when she told me I thought was 2 ideas, and then I researched a completely different idea, and the idea I researched wasn't the idea she even meant to send me.
And that's the thing, because I had 3 different ideas, and I don't even, they're all connected though, because the other ones are about diamonds and they're about diamond heist.
Yeah.
One of the things I was thinking about, maybe we can talk about this on a Mysterious People, because it would make sense on that, is the Pink Panthers, like the actual Pink Panthers, because that is a crazy organization, if it even is. But apparently they're the people who might have robbed Kim Kardashian.
I would love to discuss that.
I think you would like it a lot.
If we can confirm that that's the Pink
Yes.
Panther, research the Pink.
That's
Please
what I
don't
meant.
come in and we're
No,
doing the Pink
I
Panther
know it's the
episode,
Pink Panthers.
and then you pull up the cartoon and start going Burno.
So yeah,
Burno,
when he
Burno,
was like,
Burno.
but what's funny about them, and the reason why I want to talk about them, is because that's how they painted a bench outside of one of the stores that they were gonna hit, so that people didn't sit on it, because it was a wet bench, so that they could reduce the witnesses, and they'd be going in with like wigs on, and they'll have a guy come in with like wigs on and be like, oh yeah, let me see your biggest diamond, and then they'll be like, here's my biggest diamond, and then somebody else will be like, I got a hammer, and then smash the place up. It's crazy.
Yes, we
So-
should definitely touch on them.
And like I said, I think that they might be the people who robbed Kim Kardashian, which is the other thing about having these like very expensive diamonds. Like, you're making yourself a target, which is why I would feel uncomfortable wearing like a diamond ring that's worth like $500,000, which I probably would never get. But like, goodness, I don't want them to cut my finger off, because they will do that. They were crashing Audis. They were crashing Audis through Dubai. Like, no, I don't want to get hit with the car. You can have the ring.
Okay, I feel you.
I
Ain't
don't want
worth
to get
my
killed
life.
over no diamonds.
Yeah, no, it's not worth your life.
No.
I definitely get that. That's why I don't understand when these people wear, all these crazy diamonds, like big chains.
No.
Like, hey,
Maybe
man.
at an event, like the Golden Globes.
Yeah, but you're not untouchable.
But not, no, yeah. And I mean, and the other thing is, like, when you look into, like, some of these heists, because we were talking about that one, and then there was the Motorola heist, what's it called, in 2003.
Yes.
Yeah. So when they were doing that, like, that thing, like, when you look at the amounts of money that these people were stealing, it was, like, billions. Like, $5 billion.
I say that, but the first $30,000 check I get, I'm throwing it in my mouth.
I mean, I get that.
Boom.
That's a harder thing to get, though.
Is it? A grill?
Well, it depends on how you get them up in there. So you just want to grill, like, because some people get like the
The
actual
implants?
teeth implants, or
Well, I'm gonna have dentures at that point.
well, no, I mean, like, because I had a friend who had a diamond on her
Yeah,
tooth.
they had them implanted.
Yeah.
I don't want any more surgery on my mouth.
okay, yeah.
So I'm just gonna get grills that like are permanently
Okay.
on my dentures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Well, because I was gonna say it might
They might have to make my custom dentures. I don't care.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
That- oh, I can't wait. Let me
No,
get some
really?
money. Ooh, baby.
But you remember that?
If you want to
kid-
sponsor my grill, all I need is $30,000.
what's he called? You remember that guy? Was it Lil Uzi who got the diamond implanted in his head?
Oh, yeah, I think
so
it was.
What is that?
He got it removed.
Good.
Yeah, he had it. I don't know. It
Probably
kind of
rejected.
reminded me of like Vision.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I mean, which I get it. That's dope, but I don't know.
All I'm saying is we set the ocean on fire a couple of weeks ago. Thanos is around the corner.
What do you mean we set the ocean on fire?
The ocean was on fire?
I think I missed this.
Oh my goodness.
I've been traveling a lot.
No, you're fine. I think it was I don't remember who did it. I want to say it was BP. It's oil. From my understanding, I'm not a scientist, but my understanding was like I think there was like some kind of oil reserve, something happened, and then there was a fire in the ocean, and it's like legit a fire.
Okay.
If you look at it, it's crazy. It's like a huge circle, and it's just a fireball. There are also volcanoes under the ocean, or not under, in the ocean, but that wasn't the cause of that. I think it was just like some kind of oil spill that.
I completely
resulted
missed
from-
all this.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I don't know
like
where I was.
he needed to get that Infinity Stone taken out because.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, this episode didn't go as planned
Wait, did you-
necessarily, but I think it was fun. I know
Yeah.
you got some more to add though, Brittany.
Well, I didn't know because you had mentioned the Confederate. Did you
Yeah,
want to
well,
talk
let's
about
talk
it?
about the Confederacy.
Well, the other part of this is that the whole idea of like these Confederate statues and what we believe about.
How many
Civil
states
War,
are they in?
I want to say it's 33. 33 of the 50 states have Confederate monuments.
Now, were there 50 states
No.
during the Civil War?
No,
Were there 33 states during the Civil War?
I don't think so. I think there were only 30 at the time of the Civil War.
So some of these states have Civil War monuments for no goddamn reason.
And not every single state during the Civil War was Confederate.
So you're telling me Union states have Confederate statues as well?
The one that strikes me the most is West Virginia.
West Virginia was built on freedom.
Literally.
That was like, look at their motto. They were built on freedom, and they have Confederate statues.
I've driven through like Confederate, or I don't know what kind of rally it was, but they had a huge Confederate flag in West Virginia. I'm like, bro, do you know what West Virginia is? Where are the other Western states?
Where did all these states get these statues from?
Daughters of the Confederacy.
No.
They basically.
For those of us who are not Civil War and
Yes,
Confederacy fans, what is Daughters of the Confederacy?
This is going to be brief, but they're a 501c3 tax-exempt organization that
Oh,
came
shit.
up after the Confederacy ended, and they basically were the women who went across the United States marketing the idea that, the lost cause of the South, and basically that it was about states' rights. Like, if you've heard any argument about, like, it being states' rights.
Down in
and
Texas, they
that,
call it the War of Northern Aggression.
I've heard that. Somebody called that to my face, and I'm like, okay.
My brother-in-law, married to a black woman,
Mm-hmm.
my sister, says it's the War of Northern Aggression, and will argue tooth and nail that it was about states' rights. And I was like, the right they wanted was slavery.
What right? Tell me exactly which one.
He's like, it's a complicated issue.
It's not.
He doesn't talk like that.
I know, but it's not.
He has a weird
complicated.
drawl, but
Yeah.
that's the shit he says.
I will die on this hill. Like, I will fight anybody.
Oh, I'm
about
right
this.
there with you.
No, I know, because like,
It's bullshit.
It doesn't make any sense.
They are traitorous losers, and there's no such the word Confederate hero does not exist.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, it's not a real thing.
No.
A Confederate hero? You mean the fucking losers who died? Fuck them.
They're literally treated like traitors. It's treason. What they did was terrorism. It's actual terrorism, and we should talk
Absolutely.
about it like it's terrorism.
Absolutely.
So, and then the Confederacy was what, 4 years?
Oh,
There's
we're
so
making
many
enemies
things.
now.
Well,
We're making enemies now.
Okay. Because you want to know other things that lasted 4 years? Let's see.
Oh, so you're saying the Confederacy lasted how many years?
4 years.
4 years.
And I have some things written down. This meme.
Put it in the camera.
This meme lasted longer than the Confederacy. Is this meme my heritage?
That's New York.
That's new. She's
Tiffany
upset.
Pollard?
Yeah.
We're just waiting on the ride.
Yeah.
Waiting to spit on a white girl.
Is this my heritage?
Okay.
Is spitting on white girls my No, I will say that because no. I didn't know she was doing, but I knew she was waiting for something, and she was upset about it.
Okay.
The Golden Girls.
Okay, how many seasons?
It was a lot. It was definitely more than 4.
Thank you for being a friend.
It was a lot, yes.
Longer than the Confederacy.
Guns N' Roses, November Rain.
The song?
Yes. That song is longer than 4 years.
Okay.
So, the TV show The Young and the Restless.
Oh, that's way longer than 4
It's
years.
much longer. It's probably the birth of our nation.
That's part of my heritage.
That's part of all. Rick Rolling has existed longer than Confederacy.
Never gonna give you up. Never
Just
gonna
got
let
Rickrolled.
you down.
Yeah. Is that our hair? It might be. It might be in a few years. It might be. 2020.
2020 was longer than 4 years.
Yeah.
And you'll die on that hill.
I will die on that hill. You want to argue with it? Okay. All right. I'm fine with it. Let's see. My crush on Lil Romeo.
Oh boy.
My crush on Nick Carter. I second that.
Nick Carter?
Yes.
Good lord. He
I
was a
did.
doofus looking.
I was 8.
Okay, he was the ugliest Backstreet Boy.
I agree now. No, I don't want to say that because he was nice, and I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Shout out to Kevin.
Not that
Shout out to Brian.
AJ.
What? He was a little...
AJ.
AJ is a tiny little thing.
Don't
who's
even talk disrespectfully about
You know
AJ
what?
McLean.
I've thought about this. I could snap
Why?
AJ in half.
Why would you want to do
Because
that?
he's got such a fucking little attitude.
No, he does not. Why are you mad at my man?
I'm not mad at him. Just don't bring that bullshit to me.
No, I'm not doing this.
Like my fucking forearms are bigger than your head, kid.
Don't
stay out of here.
disrespect AJ.
Celebrity boxing match. I'll beat the shit out of AJ.
Do not do that because he's cool on TikTok.
I'm like fucking Butterbean Jr. I'm like Fat Stone Cold right now with this goatee. If you want to see me whoop AJ from Backstreet Boys' ass, give me a hell yeah.
Don't do that. He's a nice person.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? Since we're airing it out, and Vin Diesel. I've always disgusted by Vin Diesel, and I would
What
like to
did he
fight
do?
him too. Just don't like anything about him.
What about JC Chavez from NSYNC? He was the one who actually did the singing when Justin Timberlake couldn't carry a note. He was the co-lead. But
So we had JC, Justin, Joey, Lance, and Chris. Okay, yeah, JC was cool.
JC was the best.
I didn't
JC,
like Chris.
Most talented.
Joey was just like, he reminded me of a frat boy.
That's fair.
And Lance, I mean, I had nothing for him.
JT gets on my nerves.
Justin Timberlake?
He does.
Shout out to my man.
Like, the thing is,
Staying relevant forever.
That's it.
Bringing
Marketing. That'll be our next topic.
Shout out
Justin Timberlake's career.
Shout out to
compared to JC Chauvet.
Throwing your hat in the ring for singing soul. We need some white representation
No,
in the
we
soul
do not,
genre.
Because he just immediately noped out and did a folk album.
I'm bringing sexy
And then
back.
he did troll. Where did it go, Justin?
No? Okay.
Where was sexy,
Okay.
Justin?
I get it, Prince.
Did you hold it hostage?
I get it, Prince. I watch little videos too.
Prince?
Yeah,
I love Prince.
Because Prince and him had beef because he came on Twitter and he was like sexy and had a laugh.
Because Prince knew what he was talking about. Prince could, like they say, steal your girl's clothes and your girl.
I'm not gonna shit on Prince at all. I
love
Prince.
Oh my goodness.
May he rest in purple peace.
I had a crush on him too. And Michael Jackson when I was long. I had a lot of just.
You got some
crushes.
rough. You're all over the board.
I was all over the place.
You're all over the board.
Yeah, I know. I was fine with it though. I had a poster of Legolas at like 11. I don't know.
The archer, the elf.
Honestly, the problem was I had a crush on Orlando Bloom, but I didn't know how to articulate that, so I got a poster of Legolas.
Oh my lord.
What? He's attractive. Orlando Bloom is attractive. Him and James Marsden, very attractive.
All right.
What?
I'm agreeing.
Orlando Bloom is attractive.
I just don't. I
I
just don't know how we got here.
That's another thing that lasted longer than the Confederacy. I had a crush on him for quite some time. That Legolas poster was on my wall for a while.
I'll say the Lord of the Rings trilogy lasted longer than the Confederacy.
That too. I was also going to say Batman versus Superman.
That was a whack ass movie.
And it was so long.
It was so lame.
Oh my lands! It was such a long movie.
They were like, people were arguing, oh, Batman can't be Superman. I said he's gonna get something with kryptonite and do something with that.
Which is like, what?
The
is
only
this?
thing he can do.
Just make a super suit out of kryptonite and you're
you
done.
bleed? You will. Get the fuck out of here.
It made me dislike Batman. I'm like, how are you skeptical of this super newcomer when that's what you are? Batman, you're a vigilante. You're a vigilante billionaire. And I love Batman, but you're making me dislike him, Ben. Ben made me mad.
All right.
What, did you like Ben Affleck's Batman?
I am a huge Ben Affleck fan.
He did a horrible job with Batman.
Ben Affleck could peel a potato for 2 hours, and I'd be like, man, he should get an Oscar for that shit.
Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, he made Batman suck. I loved Batman. I will die on this hill, too. I loved Christian Bale's Batman. I also liked all of the other Batmans.
I didn't like George Clooney's.
I like that one. I like that one, too. But I didn't like Ben Affleck's. It made me angry. And I was like, I hate Batman right now.
I like the intensity he brought to Batman.
What? He was mean and brooding.
Yes. It was big and gruff when he was like, do you bleed? You will. Like,
okay.
He needed that aggression at that time.
Okay, Batman.
Well, you know what? You're killing me here, Brittany.
No, because he didn't do... No. Because you said it was a bad movie. You said it wasn't good.
The movie was shit.
I wonder why. Was it because of Batman?
No, because...
It was
whoever
too long.
wrote a bunch of garbage.
It was a waste of a movie. They should have done.
You know what else was an awful movie? Since we're digging our heels in here,
What?
Superman Returns.
I didn't even see that.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I think I did. No, that was
There's
bad.
a baby dick in it and not much else.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
A lot of those were bad.
Any closing words about the Confederacy?
Oh yeah, it was 31 states. There were 11 states in the Confederacy, but there were monuments in 31. And the majority of those statutes were built between 1890 and 1950 something.
And what was the purpose of the building them, though?
To basically tell the story of the South in a positive light so that the daughters of the Confederacy... Which, again, they're a tax-exempt organization in a country that they hated so much, that they hated our way of life so much that they waged war against us. But you're taking tax-exempt stand, and we're allowing them to have 501... What other terrorist organization do we do that for?
If they won... we might not have been able to ever have this podcast.
They wouldn't have won because they were losers.
Do you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
What
all I'm saying...
Brittany's right. I'm not disagreeing with her.
No, but I'm saying... No, I'm not... No, because I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. All I'm saying is that they were, like, going to lose. Like, even when it came down to money, when it came down to cents and dollars, they were going to lose. Baby, you got to industrialize. You can't just be working people out there all day long. You got to do something, sweetie. We're moving ahead. You got to catch up, and you don't want to do that. Hey, you looking silly and you mad.
Listen to
You
Brittany
mad.
talking big shit to the South
Yeah.
pre-Civil War.
Yeah.
Letting them have it.
Come and get
Come
me.
and get her.
Come get me, Robert.
Brittany's going to text me tomorrow. She's going to be like, I was haunted by
and
37
I
Civil War
punched
ghosts.
them in the face because they were losers. That's for my grandparents.
Oh, my Lord.
My grandpa was a sharecropper, so that really is for my grandparents.
Talk your shit, Brittany.
I am.
Let them have it.
I would punch them
The
in the face.
Pre-Civil War South, you guys, Brittany's giving it to you.
Yeah, because you haunted my apartment, sir. I live here. You don't live here.
Oh, boy.
You in the ground.
This episode really got a hold of me. Really got away from me, I mean.
It got.
Oh, my Lord.
I didn't know I would threaten the Confederacy. I'm not threatening. These are promises.
Oh.
Don't run up on me though, because that's a crime, and I will call it.
Oh, my word.
I'm not
Well,
gonna say that, but
entertainment, right? Holy hell. What is a podcast if not two comedians screaming at each other?
well, we weren't talking to each other. We were talking to the Confederate ghost.
The
That
whole
was
time.
like-
That's the secret to the episode, guys. We weren't talking to each other.
No.
We were talking to Confederate ghosts the entire episode. Surprise.
If you're listening, know that I will
That's
mess
the
you
get.
up.
Oh my. Okay. Well, Brittany, this episode is going to air on the 26th, if I'm doing the math correctly. So do you have anything going on you want to promote?
On the 26th?
Or after?
Afterwards?
Because I know you have some shows coming up this week,
I have
but
to look at those.
they're going to be over before this
I know.
is out.
Because I'm not good. I'm good at calendaring. I'm very good at calendaring these
Okay.
days. So after the 26th, I don't have any shows that week. I do have a show the week of the 6th. I think it's at a hotel. I don't remember the details. It's not in Pittsburgh.
All right.
I just know that.
Self-promotion,
So, yeah,
folks.
Self-promotion. Millville Music Festival. I will be at Millville Music Festival for the comedy portion on August 7th at, I think, 7 o'clock.
All right, that's dope. Guys, I'll be out in Struthers, Ohio on Thursday. I will be at Brea, Ohio on Saturday. And I will be on Brea, Ohio on Friday and Cannonsburg on Sunday. So you guys want to come out, check out a show. Got some fun lineups there. Got some good stuff coming in the future. Michigan, I'll be seeing you next month. Chicago, a few other states. Hopefully I can get out there. Guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're still with us, this was a wild episode. Brittany, what's your websites? Plug yourself.
At BFelt on Instagram and on Facebook. It'll be Brittany and Alexis Comedy and on TikTok. But yeah, you can find me on those. I put my shows on there most of the time sometimes, but I will be doing it for these
The
shows.
Inquisitive
All right, folks, book her,
Minds
book me. Like, subscribe, share. Peace and love.